Okay, let's have another look at this carb. I know this isn't exactly the right carb for that Greeves. This is a 389B32. This is actually meant for a Rickman Montesa, I think it is 250, VX 250, something like that. But it is a 389, as just for the internals are different, sort of to Rickman specification. Yeah, so it's not entirely interchangeable with the parts. You can see this is different on the front, on the bottom, and also the jet holder is different. But it still should work if you get the right size jets in it. Right, and the first thing I'll just mention is about if you noticed in the test ride video, the throttle was sticking when I lowered the needle to get it to run a bit weaker. You can see that's yeah, sticking in there. If I now remove the jet holder, even that feels tight actually on the needle. Let's just raise that while I'm doing this. Right, yes, whole thing is coming out, which actually doesn't really matter, because you'll see that will then show that it's not sticking on in the bore. It is actually sticking on the needle. There we are. It should be a, yeah, there is. There's a little fibre washer in there, which I didn't have before, which helped. But you can see now that's lovely, how it should be. Right, so why is that sticking in this? One thing I didn't look at before was this needle jet. That's a 109, which let's see, if we just have a look at the Hawkstone, which uses a 389 carb, and also 197, but it uses a D needle, which I think this is. I'll just get that out. I'm sure I had a look at that before. I think that's a D needle. It actually uses a 106 needle jet. The Greeves MDS, which uses the same carb, or a 389 anyway, inch and 3/16 bore. That uses a D needle, or if you want to run rich, you run a D2. Well, this is running rich anyway, so it doesn't need a D2. Perhaps that's the problem. Perhaps that's a D2 needle. Yeah, and a 109 needle jet. So yeah, shouldn't be any problem with that really. Right, let's get this needle out. Just have a look at that. I mean, it is a bit discoloured, but and you can actually see where that is sticking there. It's a witness mark right there. Yeah, catch it on the light. Yeah, so that is obviously where that is sticking in there. Yeah, you can feel it. Right, is that sticking in that, or is it sticking in the jet? Let's have a look at that. I've got to try and get this out of here, haven't I? Soft jaws. Right, and that is, what did I say it was? Wish my eyes were there. Oh, it's a 370. Actually, I thought that was a 380, but it's actually a 370. Not that makes much difference, because it's still running too rich. Or something is causing it to run rich. Actually, that's not that. That is not the problem. That must be sticking on the jet. Which is why when I raised the needle, height, which makes it richer, which I'm trying to get away from, yeah, that wasn't going down so far, so it wasn't sticking. Right, let's see what this needle is. So you can see as I'm, well, you can't, but I can see that is on position 3, which, let's have a look, Villiers 247 33A engine, 109, needle jet, position 3, so there's no reason why that shouldn't work. And that is a D needle. So why is that sticking? I wonder if I put a different needle in. Or is that not straight? Yeah, another witness mark at the bottom there. I wonder if that just needs a good clean. And then we're going to alter the, well, let's do it with a bit of Scotch-Brite and see what happens. Yeah, mystery. Right, I've changed the needle jet from a 109 to a 106, raised the needle so it's no longer sticking, kept the 370 main in there, so yeah, I just have to give that a go and see what happens. If not, well, I think in the meantime I'll order some more jets. I think the next size down I've got is something like a 250, so that's 440. $250. 240. 190. 160. 200. yeah, so I think what I'll do is order some jets between 250 and 370. That's quite a big gap. I probably won't go quite that. Maybe something around a 300, 340, 350, something like that. Maybe even a 108 needle jet to try. Yeah, well, the next thing I need to do is get this back on the bike and give that a go and see how it feels then. See if we're heading in the right direction. But yeah, if all else fails, might be another carb. Right. Yeah, so I think we just have to wait for another day where I can get out on the bike. Yeah, it's piddling down today, so that's no good. Right, well, couldn't resist. Took the bike out for another little spin. Yeah, I put the needle on position 3, 106 needle jet instead of the 109. Yeah, and I left the 370 main in there, and yeah, a little bit better, not much. Still getting the top end thing, which makes sense, I suppose. Yeah, so then I thought, well, the next one down I got is at 250. I thought I'd just try that, see what happened. And yeah, popped that in, and much better. So yeah, I do need to fiddle around with the main jets a bit more. So I need something between a 250 and a 370. Well, 370 is no good, so somewhere between a 250 and a 350, I reckon. And keep the 106 needle jet and the D needle on position 3. Yeah, and just I might just have to get a load of jets and just try them and just keep checking the plug and see how we go. Yeah, it didn't feel like it had quite so much in the mid, which I suppose if I'm dropping it from a 109 needle jet to a 106 needle jet, yeah, I suppose it is got to lose a bit around the mid. So yeah, I might have to get a 108, 107 or something to try in there. So yeah, at least we seem to be heading in the right direction. Only problem was I ran out of petrol halfway round my little test circuit, so yeah, I did have to push it a little way back, which yeah, a little bit embarrassing, but there we are. These things happen, don't they? Yeah, it's probably with that petrol tap on there. There's no reserve on it, that's just on or off, that's it. So yeah, I think I possibly might change that for a tap with a reserve on it. Yeah. Right, okay, well that's about it, I think. Yeah, so, well, I didn't bother videoing that. I thought I'd just take it out for a run. Yeah, but it did sound a lot better. Yeah, so I think if I get once I get it running right, I think we'll go out on again, have another little, get the camera on, and yeah, do another little test ride and hear what it should sound like. Let's put it like that. Right, I think that'll do for now. Yeah, so, well, hope you liked the video.